Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to MineMogul. We're starting this episode basically where we left off in the last one. I have all the miners upgraded. The money is way up high. We have some research tickets and we have quests available apparently, so we're going to have to go and have a look at that. But I've been thinking about how to better do this. And I have come to the conclusion that the way I'm doing it now, down over here is fine. Now, maybe this will become overloaded later on. I don't know yet. Right now, it's being underutilized, something chronic. But I'm thinking that transporting items to different areas, this has got to go. This is terrible. Things are dropping off. I've got rods lying on the ground all over the place. It's just not a good setup. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change how all of this works. I'm going to bring up, and now that might require moving a few things over here around, but I want to bring up ingots to this level. I'm going to make the rods up here and put them straight through. That'll save a few bits and pieces on the belts, but it's going to make everything a little easier to manage. Then, the plate and pipe manufacturing. I'm going to move that up to a level above that. So I'm going to build another level on top of this and have the plate and pipe manufacturing and take ingots there. I just noticed something fell off here. Did it? These roller ledges, they do some weird things from time to time. You know, something gets on them and it does a biggish hop. So I don't know what that is. It almost flies off and so like that. Yeah, it does some weird stuff. Anyway, so maybe that's not the best thing to do. Rather have these roller things on a flat level if I'm going to use them anyway. And then bring the ingots up just using regular walled belts. That might just save me a little bit of heartache and pain because I can see I got rods lying down there, I got rods over here. It's not great. Anyway, so that's going to happen. This I have space to move all of these forward a little. And what I'll do is I'm going to do the split and have the ingots on this level as well because we need ingots. The next level up will be for the plates and the pipes. We do need a lot of plates because each pipe needs 2 plates. So that means I don't split those ingots out. So I'll just have plates and pipes being made and then splitting the plates so that we can have plates going into the hole as well. Because if we have a look at the research, we have all of these master of things available to us. And I don't see any reason why we shouldn't just activate all of them because we're doing them now anyway. We're doing most of this stuff. So I'm going to do that. And as you can see, the numbers are pretty big. The slag is going to be interesting because I don't really have any way to automate that, but it's not a lot of stuff. So, you know, we'll be able to get that sorted out relatively quickly. Copper, 400 of each item. Ingots, plates, rods, pipes, and gears, but no threaded bars. Notice that. Master of iron, same thing. No threaded rods, gold, and steel. So when we get to the next level, that's just the coal stuff. Then we have the threaded rods, but we don't really need them for this level. I mean, right now it's making us money, but we don't need them to be made. Although we're making the rods anyway, so we'll see. But with this, rewards are trophies. And these are little trophies that we can buy, and they're not cheap either. So we'll need a lot of money for them. And that'll lead us to the MineMogul, and that's a whole bunch of stuff. But fortunately, nothing crazy. There's no slag in here. But there are quite a few amethyst and celestite geodes, which are still a bit of a problem for me. But hopefully, once we've got the upstairs area going, that'll get sorted out. Anyway, there's a lot to do, so let's get stuck in. As you can see on the Master of Slag, we actually need 8 broken drill bits. Now, I have collected a couple, and there are more around, and if we need to make them, there's a way to do that. So I think I'm going to, actually, you know what? I don't need any of this stuff. This is lying here doing nothing. So let's grab all of that. Jeepers, it pulled it. Ah, I've got a mess over here with the gears as well. Have to fix that up. I see a diamond. And we'll just throw all of this straight in. That'll get some of the requirements met anyway. But now for this whole reorganization process, I think I need to just shut down everything. So I'm going to hop in here. And I'm going to turn off all auto miners, and I'm going to let everything just run through and do its thing. Now through this process, I'm going to be replacing all of these belts, these regular belts, with walled conveyors where they are needed, and I'll work backwards from that side. Which brings me to another point. I actually need to rearrange this back end because it's not as tidy as I'd like it to be. And if we're going to be introducing a whole bunch more stuff from up top, that is going to be a problem. This belt is looking pretty full. Now, a friend of mine named Terzo made a great suggestion of crushing everything up at the source. I'm a bit lazy for that, and I have my crushing set up over here. I'm going to see how far I can push it with the bigger chunks and bring the bigger chunks down. Maybe crush? I don't think so though. I don't know. These walled conveyor sections can hold a lot of goodies. I just hope these sorters can handle it all. So once everything is run through and there's nothing left on the belts, I'll be back. Okay, good. I think I've run everything through. So this is all quiet. I'm going to start just by doing a little bit of cleanup. Go and dump things that are lying around, especially down at the bottom. And I've selected everything for the mode, so I can grab everything, including the stuff in the baskets. We don't need all of this anymore. And throw that all in the bin. And there's probably more stuff around. Yeah, a little bit. So I'm going to start with this area. And I think I might need to just raise this one more up. So what are we here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I want to go 5 up. So we're going to break this platform out like that. And add stairs, change the mode. And that would be the correct height, I think. Yeah, that gets us above the things that we don't want. Now, let me figure out where exactly the edge is. Yeah, it's fine. It should be good. So I'm going to change that one to that, and we'll put that in. So that gives us the base for the next level up. And this one we can go pretty wide. There's not much in the way. And then get rid of these supports because we certainly don't need them in the way. And then I'm going to start breaking down belts. So we've got a whole bunch to get rid of. And all of these... Oh, I forgot to pick those up. So I'll have to sort that out. I am going to need to maybe, because of the staircase... Now, I could move the staircase. Yeah, I think I'm going to move the staircase. Just change the alignment. As we can see from here, we just need the rods to hop onto this and go through. This can go... And then I'm going to grab these machines and... Maybe just because we're now going to use different belts that don't need as much space. I'm going to bring these. So the threading lathe will bring forward. And the outputs, fortunately, are on the same side as the input. So if I put this over here, that gives me enough space to bring a belt out over here to carry on and drop the rods through when I need to do that. I think that's good. So, cool. I will grab the rest of them and bring them all forward. And they basically just go one apart like that. And those are them. And then I need to do some more breaking down. Big part of this game, breaking things down and rebuilding. And then this upper level belt, which is the output for the threaded bars, that can go as well. And we can move all of this. Oops, nearly fell in a hole. Okay, so that's that all cleaned up. We've got a couple of bars over here. So we'll just grab them and toss them in. Right, so this staircase needs to come up sideways. By that I mean like this. And we're going 5 up like that. And that will put us safely above the top of those. But there's still enough space to do what I need to do, I hope. I'll have to continue the platform. I'm going to actually break this lot down. Clean this place up, make it look a whole bunch better. Alright, but this level is not as important right now. So we do need these still. And if I bring these in, we're going to have them split like this. So that'll allow us to put the bars through and the threaded bars through. And it would be nice if there was a mode to build these things without having the supports. I'm not terribly concerned about having floating things right now. And finding more things to clean up. And into the bin with you. Right now. That means that we need to go and grab the rod makers. I see more stuff lying around. It's fine, we'll just leave it there. So we'll grab that. We're just going to grab all the rod extruders. And that's them. Wow, look at the mess we've got over here. Yep, definitely requires attention. And then we're going to bring those rod extruders and we're going to put them up here. And they will feed in from this side and straight into the splitter. Just like that. So that'll take ingots, turn them into rods. The rods will go in here, they'll split. Some of the rods will go into these machines, which maybe I should have just made these closer. That can just feed straight in, surely. Yeah, let me move that all up. So just quickly break these out. I'll move the lights. So like that. We'll make this tight. This is going to be the final build, I think. Unless it causes major problems. And then swing those in. Good. Now this will allow me to do a little bit of splitting because I need to also split the ingots on this level. Because this uses less ingots than the plates and pipes. The threaders move slowly. So yeah, that's fun. So on this side we'll have the ingots splitting out, which means that I can bring ingots up here somewhere, get myself another one of those splitters potentially. That could maybe happen at the bottom. So the bunch that are going to come up here, I'll split ingots down at the bottom and send them to the bin. And then the other side of that split can come up here and feed into these. That way I need less. But I am going to need to straighten those ingots before they go in, so we'll grab all of these straighteners that I had downstairs and we'll just grab them and rotate into place. Alright, cool. Now I don't want to have sorters up here. I want these to come up as individual belts. I haven't lined them up very well, and I'm going to have to find a way to do that, and that might mean breaking out a few panels over here to be able to get a belt up here. Oh, look at that, there's a piece of slag down there. Alright, so let's, before I forget, we'll relocate these lights and put them down over here. Pop in another one over on this side. So yeah, I want the different ingots to come up, which means that this one over here will be steel, this will be iron, this will be copper, this will be gold. And then I'm going to need to break all of this out to figure out how I'm going to do that before I put these back in. And it could be a little challenging because I have the gears coming out. Now the gears I can drop down to ground level or lower because they don't have to get through over anything big. And before I can actually do that, I'm going to need to get these plate rollers out as well. And I'm going to be doing this all kind of disjointed. So let's head up to our next level. I don't have enough to complete this, but we can get a start on it. Alright, so we have a bit of a upper area now. And it does look like we have enough room. Yep, we do. And then from here, somewhere over on this side, I think I'm going to drag the staircase up over there. Yeah, that means that on this side, we can start doing the setup for the pipes. And that means breaking down a whole bunch of stuff over here. So let's get all of this broken out. I'm going to have a lot of roller conveyors that I'm not really using. And all the new platforms I put up top have dropped supports down here. Just see the alignment. Oh, we got that to line up. Nice. Okay, so part of the downstairs is cleared. Let's head up top. And we'll go all the way to the upper level. And this is where we're going to be making pipes. So let's put our pipe makers down. And I think what I might do with these is have them feed in from this side. Is that the wise thing to do? I don't know. No, it isn't. Yeah, I think this is the better option. So I will put this, we'll bring it out as far as possible. There's still going to be another platform there, so that gives us space for whatever conveyors we need. And those can go in like that. Then what feeds into this will be more of those conveyor splitters. So I'm going to need 4 more of those. I'll probably need more than that. A roller splitter. And I'll get 6. So we've got them now. And we can take them and go and toss them upstairs. Now, why am I putting conveyor splitters in? I don't know. I think I just wasted my money. Because I don't need conveyor splitters here. Yes, I do. And this plan is not going to work quite right. I'm going to need to separate these by another one. So let's do that. So, it's going to take up more space than I had budgeted for, but I still have a little room to play with. Because what's going to happen here is these are going to come in and they're going to allow plates to go through. Oop, hang on a sec. This was poorly placed. So this is going to go, oh dear, okay, I need to move this over a little bit more. Right, I need to get more of these platforms because this will need to move over a little bit more maybe a couple more platforms out, and then I'll move these over so that I have space over here to work and walk. So a bunch more platforms. Building 2x2s, we'll get 40. Don't know, that should be fine. And then I can finish this row, make sure we got the right variation, and then go across by one. And we can take this one out, rotate it, flip it, rotate it again, and there should be nothing happening over on this side. So yeah, there should be fine. And we'll get these three moved as well, with the double space between them, and now I have lots of room to walk around this side. Good. Then we can grab these guys and plug them in. So that'll be just like that. And I'm still not convinced of this layout because I have to somehow turn the plates that are coming into this. That's going to cause problems. Nope. I need to bring these back one. So there. Yeah, these pipe rollers, it's just, I need to test this theory. So this has got to go like that. Oh no, I could have had it there. And then turn that one in. Well, that could work. And yeah, alright, that was in the right place. So we'll put it back. And then we'll have two separate lines bringing out the plates and the pipes, and then dropping them in here. And I'm thinking I probably need to get myself a hopper, but that won't fit in here now because I've done it wrong. So maybe chutes. Anyway, that's one part done. I'll get all the conveyors sorted out once I have the layouts right. So back down to the bottom, we can go and get the plate makers, and we'll just grab all of those, and back up the top we go. So the rolling mills will go in there. Wait a minute. Why is that reversed? Oh, actually, it looks better reversed. Yeah, okay, well, I'm going to reverse them all. That means that that'd go there, and that would go there and there. And then these, I didn't realize I'd flipped them somehow. Yeah, that's cool. One there and one there. And then I just need to bring ingots up. Now, the easiest way would be to put them all on one belt and then bring them up here and sort them into each of these. But then I'm not going to get the splits that I want. But then that belt might get a little full. Maybe. I don't know. Will it? I don't think so. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe it is an idea. Then I only have to bring two belts up. And I have all of those sorters anyway. I'm trying to figure out the reason why I wanted to do that. I could do that on the bottom one as well. And I'll just remove the supports from the top on all the new ones that I put in. Let's go see where they turn blue. You just click, and when they're yellow, it means the supports have been removed. Alright, that's done. Okay, so that's the basics in place. Does mean that I need to replace these platforms over here, because then I'm going to do sorters here as well. Maybe I only bring up one belt and I split them over here and loop them. Yeah, that might actually work. And if I'm using... wait, that didn't line up correctly. Oh, I've got these placed incorrectly. Oh, it's a bit of a patchwork here. I'll come back and repair that sometime. Get rid of that. Alright, so we'll use those sorters then. Alright, so I'm going to use the roller sorters. And they are going to come through from that side and feed into those. Ah, this could be an issue because we have regular belts here. Yeah. Well, we're going to bring them up on regular belts. Yep. Okay, let me go and get some of the other sorters. I don't know where... I bought a whole bunch of them before. Trying to figure out where I used them. I thought I'd bought a bunch. I don't know. Is it a silly idea to bring in all the ingots on one belt up to these two levels? I don't know. It might be a mistake, but I'm sure I can fix it later if it is. I've still got some cleaning up to do. I need to get rid of this lot because I think this is going to be in the way of what I'm planning. So we'll rip all of this out. And I'm uncovering more goods lying around. And obviously that cannot stand. Okay, I think I got most of it. And then there's some more stuff at the bottom that I can remove. And I see there are some platforms that I didn't take the supports out for. And then there are these that I can also tack out. Oh, and I need to clean up this mess. Gosh, this is going to be one of those episodes that we're doing lots and lots of little scrappy bits. But it needs to be done. Anyway, getting rid of them. Everything here looks fine now. And then there are more roller belts I need to get rid of. Because we don't need these anymore. And there's not going to be a lot happening down here anymore. So maybe I can route like the gems a little closer. Where was my gem? My gem line's up top. Okay, it's not really in the way. That can stay. Alright, so let's go and get those sorters. I'm going to need, I think, 8 of them. So, we hop in here. Conveyor, sorter conveyor. I have 2, so I'll get 6. So I'll get those. And let's go and put those in where they need to be. So that will go... Let's just line this up. Is it going to go out there? Yeah, why not? We'll do them right up against this. Good. So ingots will come in here and they'll get split up and they'll do their thing. It'll be a bit of a mess at the beginning until I've got all the baskets sorted out. But at least I don't have to put plates in baskets anymore. And then we can head upstairs and go and put those sorters in. And this one is... I don't know if it's going to be trickier because these need to come in. Yeah, I'm going to have to leave a bit of space so that the ingots can go onto roller belts. I actually don't need one on the last one. I'll go downstairs and take that out. That will be by default steel. And then I'm going to need to... Oh, is that going to work? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Do I need to go out one more? I've got space. Yeah, I could do that. So let's... And then we need to take these sorters out and move them one further back. So there, I think, is right. Something like that. And the only reason that this is an issue is because of the transition. So we'll do that. Unless, oh, you know, maybe I'm being silly. No, these won't get stuck over here. But this is where I might run into a bit of a problem. You know, I'm going to put another sorter in here. And that can link up there. Yeah, that's not going to stop the ingots from coming through. And for some reason, it's not going to let me put it here with these in the way. So if you have a look, if I try and plug them in and I rotate, it only rotates that way. So it's assuming that this is the straight through line. So I need to take these out before I can put the sorters in. Right, and that's working, you know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I could have put these straight through. But I think maybe just having this extra piece might be a little safer. Hopefully it's not going to give anything an opportunity to jump the belt. Have I got these machines the wrong way around? Because it's changing the direction when I put these belts in. Maybe I have. I'll have to just check that. That one seems fine. Is it the sorter? I'm not sure what that was, but now it's working. Okay, so that's all sorted out. And I can then go and add some lights in. We'll pop one there and there. And I suppose we can have one over there. And I'll get more up here. Alright, that looks good. Then I'm going to use walled conveyors to bring the ingots up. And I suppose it will depend on where I can do it. Yeah, so those will bring the ingots in. The ingots will get split and I'll continue. And I've run out. And at this point I need to go and buy a whole bunch of walled conveyors because that's what I'm going to use now. I'm going to drop off. This place is going to be a bit of a mess, but there's no alternatives to dropping the spare stuff. So I'm going to drop all the unwalled goods off, and I'm going to reorganize this a little more. I'm going to drop off the roller conveyor corner. I'm not going to use those anymore because things fall off them. And these ramps can get dropped as well. And I suppose the roller slope conveyor as well. I'll drop those. And the ledges. And I definitely don't need the blast furnaces anymore, so they can go. The polishers, that's a crusher. Cluster breaker, yeah. That can stay. I'm going to drop off my pickaxe because I don't need that. Smart splitters. I don't think I need those, so I'm going to drop them as well. Gives me a better idea of what I'm working with. Roller sorters, doubt I'm going to need them, so let's drop those. Alright, walled slope conveyor. The auto miner Mark 1, I'm going to drop those off. And we can organize this place a little better. I don't know if I need any more roller splitters. I might actually use them because they are far better than the smart splitters. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to those. The scaffold ramps I don't think I'm ever going to use again. So drop those. Now that I have stairs. Alright, now I can see what I got and what I need. Those I don't need. Oh, actually, I might need some of those, so I'll keep them on me. But I won't carry them in that slot. Drop these in. The chutes. Yeah, we need to get some top and bottoms. We're going to use a lot of them eventually. Right, let's go and buy ourselves some walled conveyors. We do have a routing conveyor, which I haven't bought. And the conveyor blocker. Yeah, not really that interested in that. Right, we're going to need a bunch of these. So I'll get like 80. Corners probably, let's go with 20 for now. Slopes, I'm going to need a fair number of slopes, so we'll get probably 20 of those as well. The ore overflow splitter, I am not going to use. Walled mergers, yes. We'll grab, let's do 20 of those. I might need some ledges. That might not be a bad idea. Let's just do 10 of those. And that is it. So, let's buy all that. And we'll go pick it up. That's a lot of goodies. And then we'll organize this a little better. Corners, ramps, merges I don't need right now. Ledges I don't need right now. Cool. So the first thing we need to do is we need to bring our line up here. And that will be right there. And we'll connect all of these together. Why does this not seem right? It probably because it isn't. Right, need to do this all over again. Yeah, getting the direction. Oh, that was wrong too. I think I need to put these ones in first. And that way the sorters sort of slot in a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly how I want them. Now there's no issues. Good. And what's good about having the one at the end instead of just assuming that everything coming through here will be steel is that if anything isn't an ingot, it will just drop out on this side and we'll get less slag. Okay. And then we'll put that ramp in there and then go upstairs and see how we're going to do the top level, where that is going to come in. So having those in and that, then the ramp will come up over here and then we can see that they don't line up, which is really good. So now each of these smelters has 2 ingot outputs, and we can upgrade this when things get very busy at the back end. We can put the double ingot maker mold in there, but each of these is going to feed up, and I'm going to put them all into one belt, like I said I would. So this one comes through on this line, and we'll immediately feed it through like that. Is that aligned? It is. Question is, am I going to be able to do a zippy turn over here and bring it back onto that same line? Don't know. We'll do that. I'm still not in the way of the bottom one, although I think I could have gone the other way. Yeah, like that. Less chance of clashing. That goes up to there, and I think my line was slightly out, but that's okay because we can take a couple of these out and just do that. Right, so that would be one line, but now I need to get the other ones out as well. So let's put this ramp over here and see if we can squeeze it underneath. Yes, we can. So that'll go that way. This will come in underneath over here. So the first port doing ingots on each of these will come out onto this line, and then the next bunch of ingots will come through on this line, elevated slightly, which means that this one and this one need to go in, and now I need to add in my walled merger and just make sure that you've got the right variation of all of your conveyors, otherwise you may land up with gaps in your walls. Right, then this one would go there and that one over there. Oh wait, there's one more. That one will be a bend, so there. And then walled conveyors into them. I maybe don't need walled conveyors here, but I'm using them. I feel safer. And close all of the gaps. So that's the ingots going up to the rod end lathe area. And then we need to get this one out. And do I bring it back down to ground level first? Nah, not necessary. But I do need to bring it over just a little bit more. And I have snookered myself because I can't get over there from here. I have to go around. I need to take all of these old ones out and then get the walled ones in through to there and there. And that is sorted for the bottom. Now I want to replace these with walled ones as well. So maybe I'll do that now while I have a little bit of room to work. And these are the gears. Okay, so now that that is clear, the gears will need 2 ramps. This will be a bend. And then we'll need mergers. Maybe didn't get enough mergers. So that'll go that way. More walled conveyors and more. And then we merge that. Those are in, so that's 1, 2, 3 and wait a minute. Oh, right. I didn't have them set up correctly because, no, it's fine. It's okay. Yeah, I started with the gears in that slot and then I moved it to like slot 1. So it was in slot 3. I moved it to slot 1 going through on the rest. Maybe I should just fix that. Yeah, I think I'm going to. So, use the button eject mold 1 and use the button and eject mold 3. And then I'll just switch those around. So, this one will go in over here. And then I can pick this one up and put that one over there. Good. Now everything is right. Then the ramps for this. And then we're going to need to get those mergers back. So that'll go in, walls in there. And then we'll just need to stick a bend in right there. Good. I'll continue that theme to the end because there were gears falling off all over the place. Then for the next stage, we need all of these lower ones. So this one is the lower. Yeah, all the lower ones are connected now. So now we need to grab one piece of straight belt and put it in front of these ones. That one is already done. Then a ramp up there. All right. And then we can come around here and bring the straight conveyors out that much. Good. That is all of those. Bend this one that way. Merges. I messed this one up. Let's just fix that. An extra straight bit here and then the bend. So that goes in. Conveyors. But I feel like I'm missing one. 1, 2, 3. Am I missing one? Oh, right. I am. Oh, I am. Will I be able to sort this one out? There. So this one isn't the bend. The bend is in fact here and we can connect that across. And this needs to be a merger. Wait, have I got a belt the wrong way around or something? Why is it snapping wrong? Oh, weird. No, that's definitely not right. That's right. Okay, so that's the gear line. And it goes over everything. Cool. And then we need mergers to come in over here. And these will be traveling in the opposite direction. And I can't see what the heck I'm doing. But that'll go in and that will go in. Feel like I'm missing one. That's 1, 2, 3. Wait, I'm missing one. Oh yeah, that's the one I'm missing. So conveyor going straight out. And a little more. Yeah, this was supposed to be a merger. This is supposed to be a bend. That'll come out that way. Straight one, and merge. No, that's not the merger, that's the merger. The arrow's the right way around? Looks like it. Yeah, they are spot on now. Okay, so we have ingots coming out. Right, so this comes all the way out, it goes through, and then we can bring it out and up. So anything in our line, yep, that is. Are we going to be able to avoid it? No. Darn. Bend? No. Can't avoid that at all. Blast. And I just realized I have an issue with this setup because I'm sending everything up here. No, man. I needed to split these ingots. Alright, I'll have to figure that out. Once I figured out this issue. You know, I could just jig it out by 1. So go that way and then that way. And then toss them in. There we go. Alright, and now that we're here, we are aiming for there. So I could come up a little more. Actually, let's see if we can do this one down and see where that goes to. Did I put that one the wrong way around? I might have. Yep, I did. So you gotta go. Put that in and then wind it back. And then, that's gonna clash with the floor over here. Okay, so one more. You go down. Come on, go down. Work with me. There. Okay, that's fine. And then down this way. And now we're under that platform. And I think I can do some kind of a tie-in somewhere around here. Unless I need to loop back under this one. Yeah, I think let's do this. We'll go that way instead. And, oh man, I hope I don't run into those rocks. Nope, it looks like I'm over them. Perfect. So now, this one will go that way. I have one over here. Oh, where is it? Is that right? Oh, right. Okay. So Can just connect this up. And then this one isn't actually needed because I can just do 2 straight bits there and there. All right, well, that doesn't look too bad. That's going to bring those ingots up. And there's definitely... good lord, I've put these all the wrong way around. Okay. So focused on doing stuff that you don't realize what you're doing. Okay, so this is right. It's going the right way. And this is where the wheels fall off. And I believe that that is all sorted out now. All of these are actually coming up. Cool. Right, now I just need to figure out how I'm going to get this one to split. Since it already comes out so close, get rid of some of these supports that are in the way. Yeah, so somewhere here I needed to split them all. And maybe this is where we do the splitter. I'm not sure if it's a wise thing, but we don't have a good splitter. And if I do it here, we can't use the roller splitter, which would give us a proper 50-50. Let's go and see what options we have in the shop. We have a primitive splitting conveyor. No, that I'm not going to bother with. I do want to get these sorter basket lids. While I'm here, we'll get 8 of those. 8. Actually, maybe another 6. So take that up to 14. It looks like I don't really have a choice. I need to use the smart splitter. I hope it's going to be okay. So let's get that. I probably had one in my pile over there, but I don't feel like looking through it. Yeah, so this is where we need to do it. And take that out. Smart splitter, pop it in there. And do we have walled variations? No, we don't. And it's not going to do what I wanted to do anyway. Yeah, I needed to merge this first. Darn it. Alright, I'm going to need to change some things here. So the merger has to be in. This is going to be adjusted. And take that out, and then I'm going to split it after the merger. And that will be like that. I don't like this idea, but now I'm committed. So from here we can ramp it up. Am I even going to the right level with this? Yeah, it's the rod level. It is correct. And then reconnect all of this in. Those bolts seem to be going in the right direction. So now we'll be able to have ingots going through here. And I'll just, I suppose I can keep it tight, go that way. I'm going to cause myself problems if any issues happen over here because I won't be able to get in there. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty tricky. Let's see, where are we going to bring this through? We can bring it straight in. So like that. And I'm out of walled conveyors. So back to the shop. We're going to need a lot of them anyway, so might as well buy a bunch. There's 100. How are we doing on the rest? We could probably do with some more bends. So we'll get 50 of them and more ramps. We'll get 50 of them as well. Good. We're spending a lot of cash, but that's okay. We have lots. So back in here. I see. Oh, we've got a lamp here that I need to move. So that can go and we can put that somewhere like that. Remove some of these supports. Actually, remove all of the supports because that'll give us easier access. And then we can just crouch through here. Add one more onto that. Make sure that that all looks like it's in the right direction. It does. Turn that and those are in. So that's our ingot line. That gets split off the line that goes up to this area that does the threaded bars. Alright, now I just need to run through this process, make sure that there aren't any belts missing. There are, because these aren't being fed into anything yet. And this needs an output. Oh, I do need some more of... Let's see. If I put this into a walled conveyor like that, and then I merge, that should be safe, right? Looks okay. Yeah, the walled conveyors are quite an important thing. What would happen if I put a walled conveyor here? Yeah, that might cause a jam. Unless I ramped it. I need to go pick up some stuff. Yep, I need these ledges. So we grab them. I think it's only the ledges that I need. Yeah. Now, if they do that little jump, it doesn't matter because they're going into this. So hopefully that works. Then I'm going to need more of them. So we can bring that out to there, that to there, and that to there. And I'm going to jump them straight into walled conveyors. So that will go there. Right, and I'll just put these in. And we're going to merge them? I suppose we could. Let's see if that... Yeah, there's a variation for that. Cool. We just slap these mergers in. Now, why have I got flat... These don't have walls. What the heck? Did I do something? I did. So that will be like that or something. That should be fine. And then we can feed these through. Just make sure that everything is connected. And then the last step is to put a polisher down over here and drop it in. Just like that. Good. Everything here is connected now. This should all work. So this is our rod and threaded rod production. That looks cool. So up to the next level. Let's make sure that all this is tied in. So we are tied in over here. These are connected. I am sure that this won't cause an issue because it's just bringing ingots out. These are all going to go through. The plates are going to get made. The plates are going to get split. Some of the plates will go to pipes and some will continue through. I'm going to carry on with these because it's in a straight line. And thinking maybe I should switch to walled convert. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, we'll do this. So that can go in there. And these are all side loading. Those little ledges can guide the plates in to there. That will come out this way. And I think this last one's going to be a ledge. Yeah. I'm going to do the same thing I did below. Put the pipes and the plates onto one belt. Just to test quickly. Do that. And if I go in with a roller conveyor here, no, it won't go in. So it needs to be the ledge. Alright, that's fine. And that's going to be a merger anyway, so let me take that out. And we'll get these ledges sorted out. That goes there. Oh wait, mind you, it won't. It'll go one further out. Because these need to come out as well. And then we can connect these lines in. Okay, so this one comes in, feeds out. That comes in, feeds out. This one needs to be replaced. And that one needs to be replaced. And this one as well. Alright, I think that's pretty much that line sorted out. And then I'm going to put the in-between belts in. The regular walled belts. This could be interesting. So now that I'm bringing them out over here. Yeah. Wow, I might be a little tight on space. So I'm going to put all these mergers in. And then this last one will be a bend. I really hope that doesn't jump the barrier. And then down here, I've got to get the polisher in. Oh, and then I'm going to have to do something unnatural. So we're going to put a corner in there. And jig it out like that. That's a long drop down. And it's not in the middle. Maybe I should move it over just one more. Like that. And then if I want to feel safe about it, I could put chutes down. But I think that's good. So here we have our plate and pipe setup. And I haven't finished working on fixing up those belts. I'll do them at some point. Maybe between episodes, just find better positions for all of those. Maybe go a little bit higher. I need to extend platforms so I can get there. But I think we're ready to turn the machines on. But before I do that, I do need to get myself up again. Because I have a coal big miner up top. So, little staircase. I'll be able to walk back up to the top. And I'll stand next to that machine. Oh wow, I didn't realize how close we were to the top. And I do have space over there that I could bring a staircase up on this side. Kind of out of the way. Anyway, let's head over to that coal miner before we turn everything on. Because it's not plugged into anything and I don't want it to make a mess. There it is. Alright. Now there's going to be a heck of a mess downstairs until I get the ingots in the right place. But we'll turn on all auto miners. And then immediately go in here. And turn this one off. Great. I've got so many nodes over here that I still need to connect up, but we will get there. We're just setting up the infrastructure so that we can do all of this stuff. So now we can head downstairs and go and see how everything is working. I hope I haven't missed any belts. That would be pretty sad. Right, I'm hearing things coming through. Good. There we go. I think I could get rid of these two platforms. I like the idea of being able to see what's going on down there. And let's see those ingots come up. Well, at least with this restarting right now, I'll be able to grab a couple of ingots and put them in their correct baskets. So we can grab this one. This goes in the third basket. Come on. And that's done. And then there was a copper one that came up and I don't know where it went. Alright, so the iron is all going through where it should. And right now it's just all iron. There's a gold one. That's good. Okay, so we'll grab that. That goes in the first basket. And there's the copper. And that can go in the second. And then we're just waiting for a steel one. And there it is. Great. Now I can head upstairs and sort out those. Right, those are all done. Alright, I see lots and lots of ingots already. So iron in, gold. Oh, come on, out of there. You go in there. Copper, you can go in over here. And then there was a steel one. Yep, we'll take it out. It would have gone to the end anyway. But there it is. And we got a whole bunch of ingots that went straight through because they weren't being filtered. And that is fine, because we need ingots. So I'm going to grab this, change to what is not on the conveyors. I'm going to go and just throw this in a box over there. Oh, a little bit of a mess, nothing serious. Let's head downstairs, go and see if there's anything on this one. Nope, these are all fine. This all appears to be working. Yeah, I definitely need to put chutes in for the top. Not sure how good the pipes will work with the chute. Right now everything is falling into the bin where it's supposed to be falling, so that's fine. Oh man, that's great. It's all going into the bin and it seems to be working fairly well. Let's walk through and see if there aren't any blockages anywhere. No, those ingot straighteners are working, so these are all going through. Only problem is if we get a slag ingot, it will get stuck somewhere, but I think if there is a slag ingot for some reason, it'll head through and land up over here. And we can just pop it into whatever machine we want. Wait, I'm hearing a beeping. Something happened over here. I think it's a problem I haven't solved yet. I think coal might be falling through, but I never see it. It's possible that some coal is dropping in from there, so maybe I need to change how this works. I have chutes. Let's go and grab a chute. We'll grab a top chute. Where is that? There it is. Pop it in there and go and see if we can put it over there. Maybe that'll stop things from falling. We'll listen, and if the beeping doesn't carry on, that's great. Unless this is going to end up blocking everything off. Let's see. Yeah, it's causing a little bit of a blockage, but not serious. Wait, nothing is going through the bottom. Okay, this is not going to work. And I see it happened again, but I don't know how that happened, so... Ah, crap, and I deleted the wrong flippin' thing. That's the one I want to delete. That. There. Okay. Yeah, I may have to do something about this. Well, I see we lost a plate over here. So that's not ideal. Let's see what's happening. Oh, it looks okay. Oh, that gold pipe doesn't look great. Something dodgy going on there. Anyway, we've got all these covers for our sorters. So let's put them in, and I think you toggle. Yep. Yeah, so once this is done, all of these goodies are in here safe and sound, and I won't accidentally remove them. Anything weird coming out? Oh, there's some slag. Look at that. Oh, that'll contribute to... might as well pick this one up as well. It'll contribute to one of our quests. Alright, those are all in. Looks like amethyst geodes are not great. Well, for now, everything else is working. We are getting towards the Master of Iron. We're getting towards the Master of Copper. I don't see any gold ingots going through. That's interesting. Let's go and see what's happening there. Is it just because I'm getting unlucky? I mean, there are gold ingots being made. They are slow, so it's possible that they've just missed the turn-off. Yeah, there's one. Oh, you know what? It's not being polished. I'm not polishing my ingots. I think I need to sort that out quickly. Where the heck did that plate come from? Weird. Yeah, I don't like that splitter. It doesn't work really well. Anyway, we'll take out a couple and replace with that, and now we'll get polished ingots. So that's more money. There we go. Now we've got polished gold ingot. So that was the problem. It was the polished part. Alright, and get rid of the trash. Okay, what is going on here? Why do we have a little pile of iron? Iron ore. Was this here before? I have no idea. Oh, don't need it. Okay, that was odd. Oh good, we got more slag. Oh good, no, not good. Why have we got more slag? Is this not in properly? It was. Alright, well, make sure that it's all secure. And close all the baskets. And that is done. Right, everything here is flowing okay. These belts are not full at all. So right now we are actually delivering everything except the slag stuff, which is fine because I'm not really that concerned about delivering that. So definitely in between episodes, I'm going to fix this area at the back up in preparation for all the new material coming from the top. And I'm going to build that staircase up the side and see how I can arrange the hoppers. But now we have a real multi-level factory going here. And I could make it look a little bit more supported. So if I run over to our little console here, something that we haven't bought yet, under building are the walls. So wooden walls, and let's get, I don't know, 20 of them. Yep. And we can pick up that box, and we can go over here, and let's grab a wall. So a wall goes up 2. I don't want to put it at, I don't want to put it too close to the edge. But I'd also like it to sort of step up a bit. So maybe this is not a bad thing. Put a couple over here. Any variations to these? Oh, there's skinny ones. Alright. And small ones. And those ones. Ooh. So we'll put a few up. Means we're going to need some more of these just to come over the top. And then... Oh, okay, I see. That's not going to work so well. So I have to go with that one and that. Because... This is like a 1 meter section, and because I went 5 staircases, the staircase is also 1 meter. Oh, staircase railings. Cool. We also have doors, which I haven't bought, but we can put a couple of protective little barriers down here. There and there. Got a little balcony. Oh man, this place is going to look spiffy. And if we come over here, yeah, it looks a little bit better. Not too bad. Not too bad. The art style in this is really good. Yeah, so I'm going to have to make some kind of a stairwell somewhere. Something a little bit more convenient than I've got now. This looks like it might be the right location. I'll start building from the top. Maybe I'll start here, just like this. And you can clip the... Okay, well, I don't want to do that, but you can clip these platforms into the rock. So put that platform there, and then we go up. And it can sometimes be a little tricky to get things positioned exactly where you want them to be. But yeah, that could be the spot for it. I think it might actually be. But I mean, we're so close to the top now. It's like, we're there. Boom. Couple of levels of staircases and we're there. Anyway, I think that is where I'm going to leave it. A lot of work was done. A lot of repeated stuff. But we have a better looking factory now and we're prepared for the future. Well, somewhat. I hope we are. I don't know. I haven't done this before, so... these belts are going to fill up a lot. We're going to need to make sure that that is all working. But as I said, between episodes, I'm going to clean up those belts at the back. Prepare them for the stuff that'll be coming in from that side. I'll get a better staircase. I'll position some hoppers. Remove this old staircase because that's definitely in the way and not very good. Keep an eye on this stuff. Make sure that we are actually getting to achieving our goals, which it looks like we are. We're ticking our way there. Except the polished amethyst is still a bit of a pain. But I'm sure we'll eventually get there. Gosh, I see we've got another... Oh, that plate just fell off as well. Oh, that's something I'm going to have to try and find a fix for. That's not great. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me. And until the next time, cheers!